Every second you waste today is a step further from your dreams. Don't let time slip away. Time is the one thing that never waits. Take action now or regret it later. The key to success isn't just hard work. It's working on the right things at the right time. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But why do some people seem to get more done than others? What's the difference? The truth is, most of us waste time without even realizing it. We get distracted, put things off, or make excuses. But what if you could stop doing that? What if you could take control of your time and start using it to build the life you want? In this video, I'll show you how to stop wasting time, how to stay focused, and how to take action even when you don't feel like it. You'll learn practical steps to eliminate distractions, prioritize what matters, and make every second count. So if you're ready to make a change and take charge of your time, stick with me. It's time to stop wasting time and start making progress. Let's dive in. Number 1, stop making excuses and take control of your time. Time is something that cannot be replaced, and it is the one thing you'll never get back. You may lose money, lose a job, or lose material possessions, but you cannot lose time and regain it. Time is a non-renewable resource, and when you start to realize how precious it truly is, you begin to see just how powerful your choices are. How are you using your time right now? Are you treating it like the valuable resource it is? Or are you letting it slip through your fingers every day? I know many of you are thinking, I'm too busy, or I just don't have enough time. These excuses may sound familiar. I get it. Life is filled with distractions. We are constantly bombarded by notifications, requests, responsibilities, and everything else that pulls our attention away from what really matters. But here's the hard truth. Time is slipping away, and if you don't take control of it, you will find yourself looking back with regret, wishing you had done more with the time you had. Stop making excuses. The first step to taking control of your time is stopping the excuses. It's time to take responsibility for your time and your choices. Excuses are just reasons we give ourselves to avoid doing what needs to be done. They are a barrier that prevents you from taking action. If you keep telling yourself you don't have time, that you're too busy, or that it's too hard, you're only holding yourself back. The reality is, no one has time to do everything. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they use that time. It's about what you choose to prioritize. You can't do everything, but you can choose to focus on what's important. Let's face it, we all make excuses. We convince ourselves that we can't do things because we're waiting for the right moment. We tell ourselves that there's always tomorrow, or that we'll get around to it when things calm down. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. There will always be something pulling at you. You have to make the decision now to stop making excuses and take control of your time. It's not just about saying no to distractions. It's about saying yes to what matters most to you. If you want to make progress in your life, you have to stop letting excuses control you. You have to take ownership of your time and your actions. No one else can do it for you. You are the one responsible for how you spend your time. What are your excuses? What's holding you back from taking control of your time? Do you think you don't have enough time because you're too busy with work or family? Are you waiting for the perfect circumstances before you take action? Whatever your excuse may be, it's time to recognize it for what it is, a barrier keeping you from the success you deserve. The next step in taking control of your time is to acknowledge that time is a choice. You can decide how to use your time. It's all about priorities. Your time will go to what you give it, so make sure you're giving it to what's most important. You get to choose. You get to decide how you invest your time. If you want to change your life, you need to start by making better decisions with your time. Start by taking a deep look at how you spend your day. Where does your time go? Are you spending your time on activities that are moving you forward, or are you wasting it on things that don't matter? Take an honest assessment. It's easy to get caught up in routine or in doing what feels comfortable, but real change comes when you get uncomfortable, when you push yourself to do the things that matter. It's not just about cutting out distractions. It's about creating a structure for your day that serves you not one that holds you back. Create time blocks for your most important tasks. Prioritize those tasks, and when the time block is over, move on to something else. It's that simple. By structuring your time and holding yourself accountable, you can take control of it and make sure you're investing it wisely. But here's where most people get stuck. They think they have to do everything themselves. We live in a world that pushes us to be self-sufficient, to do it all. But the truth is, you don't have to do everything by yourself. You have people in your life who can help. You can delegate. You can ask for support. Time management isn't about doing everything alone. It's about making smart choices about where your time and energy go. Another key to taking control of your time is learning to say no. It's difficult for many of us because we want to be liked, we want to help others, and we fear disappointing people. But here's the thing. If you don't say no to the things that drain you, you'll never have time for what matters. Saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about being smart. You are not obligated to say yes to every request that comes your way. Learn to set boundaries and protect your time. Taking control of your time also means getting rid of the things that aren't serving you. Are there habits in your life that are wasting your time? Are there activities that leave you feeling drained rather than energized? Whether it's watching too much TV, spending too much time on social media, or simply being around negative influences, these things steal your time and energy. You can choose to let them go. Start cutting out the things that aren't bringing value to your life. You'll be amazed at how much more time you have when you start focusing on what really matters. Another important aspect of time management is learning to focus. Focus is a powerful tool. It's about giving your full attention to one thing at a time, not jumping between tasks and getting distracted. If you want to make the most of your time, focus on the task at hand. Give it your all. When you focus, you get better results in less time. One thing that gets in the way of focus is the desire to multitask. Multitasking may seem like an efficient way to get things done, but it actually has the opposite effect. Studies have shown that multitasking reduces productivity and can lead to mistakes. Instead, give your full attention to one task, finish it, and then move on to the next. The most successful people understand that they cannot do everything all at once. They focus on one task, complete it, and then move on to the next. You can do the same. Stop dividing your attention between 100 different things. Start focusing on what matters, and you'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish. At the end of the day, taking control of your time is about making a decision. It's about deciding that you will no longer let excuses rule your life. You will no longer let distractions waste your time. You will no longer wait for the perfect moment. You will take control. You will prioritize the things that matter. You will invest your time wisely, and you will do it every single day. The results won't come overnight, but if you start taking control of your time today, you'll begin to see changes. You'll start to feel more in control, more focused, and more accomplished. The key is consistency. Make small changes every day. Build the habit of using your time wisely, and over time you'll see big results. So I ask you, what will you do with your time? You have the power to shape your future, but you have to stop making excuses and start taking action. Time is the one thing you can never get back, so stop wasting it. Take control of your time today, and start using it to build the life you deserve. The time to act is now. Don't wait. Number 2. Eliminate distractions and focus on what truly matters. We live in a world that is designed to distract us. From the moment we wake up, there are notifications, emails, phone calls, social media posts, and a million other things demanding our attention. It's easy to feel like there's always something pulling at you. And before you know it, hours have slipped away, and you haven't accomplished what you set out to do. Distractions are everywhere, and if you let them, they will take over your life. But here's the truth. Distractions are one of the biggest obstacles to success. They steal your time, your focus, and your energy. They keep you from doing the things that truly matter. If you want to accomplish anything meaningful, you must eliminate distractions and focus on what matters most. The first step in eliminating distractions is to recognize what they are. You need to be honest with yourself about what's pulling you away from your goals. Is it your phone? Is it social media? Is it the noise around you? Is it the constant need to check your email or messages? We all have our own distractions, and they may be different for each of us, but the important thing is to identify them so you can take action. Start by auditing your time. Pay attention to how you're spending your day. What are you doing during the hours you should be working, learning, or making progress toward your goals? If you find that you're spending time on things that don't matter or that are not aligned with your goals, it's time to make a change. This may be uncomfortable at first because it means breaking old habits and routines, but it's necessary if you want to succeed. Once you've identified your distractions, the next step is to eliminate or minimize them. One of the best ways to do this is to create an environment that is conducive to focus. If you're constantly checking your phone or social media, consider putting your phone in another room while you work. If your workspace is cluttered or noisy, take steps to create a clean, quiet, and organized environment. Your surroundings play a huge role in your ability to focus. If you're surrounded by distractions, it's going to be much harder to stay on track. Another effective way to eliminate distractions is to set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals. It's easy to get caught up in other people's demands or to feel obligated to say yes to everything. But the truth is, you can't do everything. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you someone who is focused and intentional with their time. If someone asks you to do something that takes you away from your priorities, politely decline. It's that simple. It's also important to set boundaries with yourself. We often get distracted by our own thoughts, fears, and anxieties. If you find that your mind is constantly wandering, or you're getting caught up in negative thinking, it's time to take control of your thoughts. One of the best ways to do this is through mindfulness practices like meditation or deep breathing. These techniques can help you clear your mind and focus on the present moment. When your mind is calm and centered, it's much easier to stay focused on the task at hand. Another key to eliminating distractions is to set clear, specific goals. When you have a clear vision of what you want to accomplish, it becomes easier to stay focused. You're no longer wandering aimlessly from task to task, but instead you're working toward a specific goal with purpose and intent. This gives you the drive and motivation to stay on track, even when distractions arise. One of the biggest distractions people face today is technology. While technology can be incredibly useful, it can also be a major source of distraction. Notifications from social media, emails, and apps are constantly vying for your attention. And let's be honest, it's easy to get sucked into the endless cycle of scrolling, checking, and responding. But the truth is, technology can be a major time waster if you don't manage it properly. If you find that you're spending too much time on your phone or on the internet, consider setting limits. You don't have to eliminate technology entirely, but you can set boundaries around when and how you use it. For example, you might decide to check your email only at specific times during the day, or limit your social media use to a certain number of minutes each day. By setting these limits, you'll be able to use technology in a way that supports your goals instead of distracting you from them. Another important strategy for eliminating distractions is to practice single tasking. Multitasking is often seen as a skill, but the truth is, it actually decreases productivity. When you try to do multiple things at once, you're spreading your attention thin and not giving any one task the focus it deserves. Instead of trying to juggle several tasks at once, commit to focusing on one task at a time, finish it, and then move on to the next. This will not only help you stay focused, but it will also help you complete tasks more efficiently. It's also crucial to recognize that distractions often come from within. Self-doubt, fear, and uncertainty can all pull your attention away from your goals. These internal distractions can be just as powerful as external ones, and they can be harder to overcome. But the good news is that you have control over them. Start by challenging your negative thoughts and replacing them with positive affirmations. When you start to feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself of your capabilities, your goals, and your commitment to success. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to stay focused on what matters. In addition to managing external and internal distractions, it's important to take care of yourself physically and mentally. If you're tired, stressed, or burned out, it's going to be much harder to stay focused. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and taking time for self-care. A well-rested, healthy body is better equipped to focus and stay productive. Don't underestimate the power of taking care of your physical and mental health. It's essential for staying focused and eliminating distractions. One of the best ways to stay focused is to break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks. When you have a big project or goal, it can feel overwhelming, and that's when distractions tend to creep in. But when you break your goal down into smaller tasks, it becomes much more manageable. Each small step you take brings you closer to your larger goal, and it keeps you focused on what matters. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment with each task you complete, and that will keep you motivated to stay on track. Focus is a muscle, and like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. The more you practice focusing on what matters and eliminating distractions, the easier it becomes. At first it might feel challenging, and you might find yourself slipping into old habits. But with time and consistency, focusing will become second nature. You'll start to see your productivity and success skyrocket as you eliminate distractions and focus on what truly matters. Taking control of your distractions isn't easy. It requires discipline, commitment, and a willingness to make changes in your life. But it's worth it. When you eliminate distractions, you free up your time and energy to focus on the things that matter most. You start making progress toward your goals, and you begin to build the life you want. Remember, distractions are a choice. You have the power to choose what you focus on and how you spend your time. Eliminate the distractions, stay focused, and watch your life transform. Your future success is built on the choices you make today, and focusing on what truly matters is one of the most important choices you can make. Take control, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward. You've got this.
Number 3. Make every second count by setting clear daily goals. Every day you're presented with 24 hours. That's 1,440 minutes. You cannot create more time. And you certainly can't stop time. It's going to keep moving, whether you take action or not. The question you have to ask yourself is, how are you going to use that time? Are you going to let it slip by? Or are you going to make every second count? Time, once spent, cannot be retrieved. This makes it one of the most valuable resources you have. Yet too often, people don't treat time as the valuable resource it is. They waste it, let it go by without any intentional purpose. And at the end of the day, they find themselves wondering where the hours went. The key to making every second count is setting clear, actionable goals each and every day. Without goals, your time lacks direction and focus. One of the first things you need to understand is that without a goal, you're just going through the motions. If you wake up each day without knowing exactly what you need to accomplish, you'll likely fall into the trap of doing things that don't matter. Time will slip away, and you won't realize until it's too late that you haven't made any meaningful progress. That's why setting daily goals is critical. They provide the structure and purpose you need to maximize your time. Setting clear daily goals means identifying what truly matters to you, and then breaking those larger goals down into actionable steps you can take each day. Start by taking a look at your long-term vision, and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? What are the big goals that will bring me closer to where I want to be? Once you know your long-term goals, it becomes easier to break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. This is where your daily goals come in. If you know what you want to achieve in the big picture, you can now take the necessary actions each day that will get you closer to your goals. Your daily goals should be specific, measurable, and achievable. For instance, instead of saying, I want to be healthier, you might set a goal of exercising for 30 minutes every day or eating 5 servings of vegetables. Specificity is the key. When you know exactly what you need to do, there's no room for confusion or wasted time. One of the most powerful ways to make every second count is to create a clear plan for your day. At the beginning of each day, take a few minutes to write down your goals. This could be a simple to-do list or a more detailed plan with time blocks. By doing this, you are setting the intention for how you'll spend your time, and you are holding yourself accountable for making progress. Having a daily plan doesn't just help you stay on track. It also provides you with a sense of purpose and motivation. Another reason why setting daily goals is so important is that they keep you focused. Without goals, it's easy to get distracted. You might find yourself checking your phone, scrolling through social media,
or getting sidetracked by something that doesn't align with your bigger objectives. Having daily goals in place acts as a filter. They help you prioritize what matters most and ensure that you stay focused on the tasks that will move you forward. When you set clear daily goals, you also begin to develop a sense of discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to your plan, even when distractions or challenges arise. It's easy to let your day slip away when you don't have any specific goals in mind, but when you've taken the time to set goals and create a plan, you are more likely to stay disciplined and follow through with your tasks. This consistency is what leads to success over time. One of the biggest obstacles to achieving your goals is procrastination. It's easy to put things off, telling yourself that you'll do it later. But the problem with procrastination is that it leads to wasted time. Every time you delay taking action, you're wasting precious moments that you'll never get back. Setting daily goals is one of the best ways to combat procrastination. When you have a clear list of things you need to accomplish, it becomes easier to take action immediately. You don't have to wait for the right time, or for things to feel perfect. You simply do what needs to be done. When you take action on your daily goals, you create momentum. Momentum is powerful because it keeps you moving forward. The more you accomplish, the more confident you become. And the more confident you are, the more you believe in your ability to achieve bigger and more ambitious goals. Each small win builds on the next, and over time these small steps lead to significant progress. It's also important to understand that not every day will go perfectly. Life happens, and sometimes things will come up that throw you off track. But this is where flexibility comes into play. While it's important to have a plan and set clear goals, it's equally important to be adaptable. If something unexpected happens, don't throw in the towel. Instead, adjust your goals as needed, and keep moving forward. The key is to not let one setback derail your entire day or week. Keep your focus on the bigger picture, and make adjustments as necessary. Another crucial element of setting daily goals is tracking your progress. It's easy to get discouraged if you feel like you're not making progress, but when you track your progress, you can see how far you've come. Tracking your goals allows you to celebrate small victories along the way, and it also gives you the opportunity to adjust if you're falling short. Whether you use a notebook, an app, or a simple checklist, tracking your goals helps keep you accountable and motivated. As you start setting and achieving your daily goals, you'll also begin to see the power of consistency. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. When you make a habit of setting and achieving daily goals, you are creating a foundation for long-term success. It's easy to overlook the power of consistency, because it doesn't always feel like a big win in the moment. But when you look back after a few weeks, months, or years, you'll realize that the small steps you took each day added up to something significant. Time is a limited resource, and it's up to you how you use it. If you want to make every second count, you must be intentional with your time. Setting clear daily goals is one of the best ways to ensure that you are using your time wisely. Goals provide focus, discipline, and direction, and they help you stay on track, even when life gets busy or overwhelming. Don't let another day slip by without a clear plan. Start setting your daily goals today, and watch as your life transforms. Every day is an opportunity to move closer to your dreams. Don't waste it.
Number 4. Wake up early and start your day with purpose. When you wake up in the morning, you're given the opportunity for a fresh start. You have a clean slate, a new day to shape, a new chance to make something of yourself. But how you begin that day makes all the difference. The way you start your morning has a direct impact on the rest of your day. That's why waking up early and starting your day with purpose is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. If you want to make the most of your time, if you want to stop wasting it, then this is the first step. Too often, people wake up feeling rushed, overwhelmed, or unmotivated. They scramble to get ready for the day, hit the snooze button multiple times, and barely have time to grab a cup of coffee before heading out the door. This rush sets the tone for the entire day. If you start your day feeling behind, stressed, or scattered, it's going to be difficult to make the most of your time. But when you wake up early and intentionally set the tone for your day, you take control.
You give yourself the opportunity to start strong. Waking up early isn't about sacrificing sleep or pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about giving yourself the time and space you need to begin your day with clarity, focus, and intention. By waking up early, you create a buffer zone between you and the chaos of the world. You can start your day on your terms, rather than letting the demands of the world dictate how you feel. The first step in waking up early is setting a consistent wake-up time. Your body thrives on routine, and having a set wake-up time helps regulate your internal clock. This makes it easier to get up in the morning and helps you feel more energized throughout the day. The key here is consistency. Don't aim to wake up at 5 a.m. one day and then sleep in until 8 a.m. the next. You need to make waking up early a habit. It might be tough at first, but over time, your body will adapt and it will become easier and easier. When you wake up early, you give yourself time to focus on yourself before the demands of the day start piling up. Use this time wisely. Don't jump straight into work or check your email as soon as you wake up. This is your time to center yourself, to take control of your day before anyone else can. You can use this time for meditation, reflection, or journaling. You can go for a walk, stretch, or simply sit in silence. The point is to create a peaceful, intentional start to your day, free from distractions. A powerful way to start your day with purpose is by setting an intention for the day. What do you want to accomplish today? What's the one thing that, if completed, will make the day feel like a success? Setting an intention gives you direction and helps you focus on what matters. Without intention, it's easy to get sidetracked or waste time on things that don't move you closer to your goals. Your intention doesn't have to be grand. It just needs to be something meaningful to you. Whether it's finishing a work project, spending quality time with family, or focusing on personal growth, having a clear intention helps you make the most of your day. Starting your day with purpose also means taking care of your body. If you want to be successful, you have to prioritize your health. When you wake up early, take the time to fuel your body with a healthy breakfast, hydrate, and engage in physical activity. Whether it's a workout, yoga, or a morning walk, moving your body helps wake you up, boost your energy, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. The healthier you are, the more energy and focus you'll have to tackle your day. Your mental state in the morning also plays a huge role in how productive you are throughout the day. When you wake up early, you have the time to set a positive mindset for the day ahead. You can engage in affirmations, practice gratitude, or simply take a few moments to appreciate the opportunity to begin a new day. The more you take charge of your mindset, the better prepared you'll be to handle whatever comes your way. By starting your day with positivity, you create a foundation for success that will carry you through the rest of the day. There's a saying that the early bird gets the worm. While this may sound cliché, there's truth to it. When you wake up early, you give yourself a head start. The world is quiet, the distractions are fewer, and you can focus on what truly matters. By getting up early, you create space for deep work, uninterrupted thinking, and meaningful progress. This is a time for you to do the things that will move you forward. Whether you're working on a personal project, learning something new, or taking steps toward your goals, the early hours are an opportunity to make significant progress before the rest of the world catches up. But waking up early is only effective if you do something with that time. Simply waking up at 5 a.m. won't magically make you successful. You have to be intentional with how you use those early hours. If you spend them aimlessly scrolling through your phone or watching TV, you're not using your time effectively. But if you use those hours to work on your goals, to reflect, or to grow, you are setting yourself up for success. Many successful people swear by the power of an early morning routine. They understand that how they start their day determines how productive and successful they'll be. Take a look at the habits of high achievers, and you'll see that they all have one thing in common. They wake up early, but it's not just about waking up early, it's about what you do with that time. Having a morning routine that aligns with your goals and values helps you build momentum and start the day with energy and purpose. One of the benefits of waking up early is that it gives you a chance to plan your day. By waking up early,
You create time to review your goals, prioritize your tasks, and set your intentions for the day. This proactive approach to your day ensures that you are making deliberate decisions about where to focus your energy. You're not just reacting to whatever comes your way, you're taking control of your time and your actions. Another reason waking up early is so powerful is that it helps you avoid the feeling of being rushed. When you wake up with just enough time to get ready and run out the door, you start your day feeling frantic. You're already behind before you even start. But when you wake up early, you give yourself the time you need to prepare mentally and physically. You don't have to rush through your morning. You can take your time, focus on the tasks that matter, and feel calm and confident when you head out the door. Waking up early is also a great way to create consistency in your life. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens through consistent, intentional action. By waking up early and sticking to a morning routine, you are building a foundation of consistency that will support your success in the long run. Consistency is the key to building momentum and achieving lasting success. It's not about doing things perfectly every time. It's about showing up and putting in the work day after day. The benefits of waking up early are not just limited to your productivity. It also has a profound impact on your mindset and attitude. When you wake up early, you start your day feeling empowered. You've already taken the first step toward success, and that momentum carries you through the rest of the day. Waking up early helps you build confidence in your ability to take control of your time and your life. It helps you develop discipline and resilience, qualities that are essential for achieving long-term success. The key to waking up early is making it a habit. Like any new habit, it's going to take time and effort to adjust. But once you commit to waking up early and starting your day with purpose, you'll start to see the results. Your energy will improve, your focus will sharpen, and you'll be more productive. You'll begin to realize that time is your most valuable resource, and you're using it wisely. So if you want to take control of your life, start by taking control of your morning. Wake up early and set a positive, purposeful tone for your day. Use that time to focus on your goals, take care of your body and mind, and prepare yourself to tackle whatever comes your way. The early hours are your opportunity to create the life you want. Don't waste them.
Number 5. Cut out negative habits that waste your precious time. Cutting out negative habits that waste your precious time is a key strategy for achieving success and improving the quality of your life. It's easy to get caught in habits that are unproductive, that drain your energy, and that prevent you from reaching your full potential. Whether it's procrastination, overthinking, or spending too much time on distractions. Negative habits can slowly rob you of the one thing you can never get back. Time is the most valuable asset you have, and once it's gone, you can never reclaim it. The first step toward cutting out negative habits is recognizing them. A lot of the time, we don't even realize how much time we're wasting on unproductive activities. We get used to routines, to ways of thinking and acting that are familiar but ultimately hold us back. These habits might seem small at first, but over time they add up and consume your most valuable resource, time. Whether it's mindlessly scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV shows, or getting stuck in negative thought patterns, these habits can easily derail your progress. The good news is that you have the power to change. If you're tired of feeling stuck, of letting time slip through your fingers, it's time to take control. Start by acknowledging that you are in charge of your time. You have the ability to break free from negative habits and replace them with positive, productive ones. It won't be easy, but it's possible, and it's worth it. Start by being honest with yourself. Look at the areas of your life where you feel stuck or unproductive. What are the habits that keep you from moving forward? Is it procrastination? Are you constantly putting things off until the last minute? Procrastination is one of the biggest time wasters because it makes you feel like you're being productive when, in reality, you're just delaying the inevitable. It's easy to convince yourself that you'll do it later, but that later never comes. The longer you put things off, the more overwhelming the task becomes. And before you know it, you've wasted hours, days, or even weeks avoiding something that you could have done in a fraction of the time. If procrastination is one of your negative habits, the solution is simple. Take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Just begin. Break tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps, and focus on completing one small task at a time. The more you take action, the less room there is for procrastination to take hold. Remember, action breeds momentum, and once you get started, it's much easier to keep going. Another negative habit that wastes your time is overthinking. Overthinking can trap you in a cycle of indecision, fear, and self-doubt. You become paralyzed by the what-ifs and the endless possibilities, and as a result, you never make any progress. Overthinking wastes time because it keeps you stuck in a state of mental exhaustion without actually moving you closer to your goals. To break free from overthinking, you need to train yourself to take action, even if it's imperfect action. You won't have all the answers, but you'll learn along the way. Trust yourself and trust the process. One of the most common time-wasting habits is spending excessive time on distractions, especially in the digital age. The internet, social media, and entertainment platforms are designed to capture your attention and keep you engaged for as long as possible. What starts as a quick check of your email or a 10-minute scroll through social media can easily turn into hours of wasted time. It's easy to get caught in the cycle of constant distractions, but it's important to recognize that these distractions are stealing your time and your focus. To eliminate this habit, you need to set boundaries. Turn off notifications, limit your social media time, and designate specific times of the day to check your email or engage with social media. When you're working on a task, eliminate distractions by putting your phone on silent or in another room. Give yourself permission to be fully present in whatever you're doing, and resist the temptation to check your phone or computer every few minutes. The more you can control your environment and reduce distractions, the more time you'll have to focus on what truly matters. Another negative habit that wastes time is engaging in negative self-talk. The way you speak to yourself influences your actions, your mindset, and ultimately your results. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that you're running out of time, you're reinforcing a negative narrative that keeps you stuck. Negative self-talk drains your energy, saps your motivation, and wastes your time because it keeps you focused on the wrong things. To cut out this habit, you need to reframe your thinking. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths, your potential, and your ability to achieve great things. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I am capable of handling this." Instead of thinking, "I don't have enough time," tell yourself, "I have enough time to focus on what matters." The more you practice positive self-talk, the more you'll build the confidence and mindset needed to take action and make the most of your time. Cutting out negative habits also means letting go of people or environments that drain your time and energy. We often surround ourselves with people who don't support our goals, who waste our time with gossip, drama, or negativity. While it's important to have a support system, you also need to be mindful of who you allow into your life. If there are people who constantly bring you down or distract you from your goals, it may be time to set boundaries or distance yourself from them. Protect your time and energy, and focus on relationships that uplift and motivate you to grow. Another negative habit that wastes time is perfectionism. Perfectionism can hold you back from taking action because you're always trying to make everything just right. You spend excessive time tweaking, adjusting, and overthinking every detail. The problem with perfectionism is that it stops you from moving forward. The pursuit of perfection can lead to procrastination, indecision, and constant frustration. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on progress. Take action, make mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Remember, done is better than perfect. Cutting out negative habits requires discipline and commitment. It's not always easy to break free from old patterns of behavior, especially if they've been a part of your life for a long time. But the good news is that you have the power to change. The more you recognize the habits that waste your time and make a conscious effort to eliminate them, the more you'll reclaim control over your life. Time is your most valuable resource, and it's up to you to use it wisely. Start by identifying the habits that hold you back, and take deliberate action to replace them with positive, productive habits. The more you invest in yourself, the more you'll see the results. Time is precious. Don't let negative habits steal it from you.
Number 6. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. Surrounding yourself with people who push you forward is one of the most powerful actions you can take to make the most of your time,
and reach your full potential. The people you spend time with, talk to, and connect with will have a profound influence on your life. Whether you realize it or not, the right people can inspire you, challenge you, and help you become the best version of yourself. On the other hand, the wrong people can hold you back, drain your energy, and prevent you from moving forward. We've all heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This may sound like a simple concept, but it's deeply true. The people around you shape your thoughts, behaviors, and actions. If you surround yourself with people who encourage you to grow, who inspire you to take action, and who challenge you to reach higher, then you're setting yourself up for success. But if you allow people who hold you back, or who are complacent to dominate your life, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of stagnation. When you surround yourself with people who push you forward, you are more likely to hold yourself accountable for your actions. You will be motivated to take action, even when things get tough, because you'll have a support system that holds you to a higher standard. These people will remind you of your potential, and they'll help you see opportunities that you might have overlooked on your own. They'll challenge your assumptions and encourage you to think bigger, to push past your comfort zone, and to make decisions that align with your long-term goals. But it's not just about having people around you who will cheer you on when things are going well. The people who truly push you forward are the ones who will hold you accountable when you're not performing at your best. They won't let you settle for mediocrity, and they won't let you make excuses. They will challenge you to improve, to keep going, and to stay focused on what matters most. They're the ones who will remind you that success is a journey, not a destination, and they'll keep you moving forward, even when you want to quit. A key part of this process is identifying the people who are not serving your growth and removing them from your life. This doesn't mean you have to cut ties with every person who disagrees with you, or who has a different perspective. It means that you need to distance yourself from people who consistently hold you back, who bring negativity into your life, or who encourage bad habits. These individuals might drain your energy, make you feel small, or prevent you from seeing your full potential. If you want to make the most of your time and live a life of purpose, you cannot afford to allow these types of relationships to persist. You might find that some of the people closest to you, the ones who have been in your life for years, are not the ones who push you forward. It's a hard reality to face, but it's an important one. Sometimes our friends and family, no matter how well-intentioned, can unintentionally hold us back. They might offer well-meaning advice or make excuses for us, but ultimately, they aren't challenging us to rise to the occasion. They might allow us to stay comfortable, to procrastinate, or to avoid taking risks. While it's important to maintain relationships with loved ones, you also need to be honest with yourself about whether these people are encouraging your growth or preventing it. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who are focused on growth, success, and personal development, you'll find that you start to adopt the same mindset. You'll start to think more positively, more strategically, and more action-oriented. You'll begin to see setbacks as learning experiences, and you'll approach challenges with the mindset of a winner. When you're in an environment that promotes growth, it's almost impossible not to grow yourself. One of the most important aspects of surrounding yourself with people who push you forward is that they will help you grow in ways that you might not be able to do on your own. They'll introduce you to new ideas, new opportunities, and new perspectives that you wouldn't have encountered if you stayed in your current circle. You'll learn from their experiences, mistakes, and successes, and you'll start to see the world in a different light. They will open doors for you, encourage you to take risks, and help you see potential where you once saw obstacles. But growth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes the people who push you forward will challenge you in ways that make you uncomfortable. They might ask you hard questions, push you to take risks you're not ready for, or encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone. While this can feel intimidating at first, it's exactly what you need to grow. Comfort does not lead to growth. In fact, it leads to stagnation. The people who push you forward will help you embrace discomfort and turn it into a stepping stone to your success. The truth is, no one can achieve success alone. Even the most successful people in the world have surrounded themselves with people who support and challenge them. These individuals understand the value of a strong support system, and they make sure to surround themselves with people who hold them accountable and push them to do better. If you want to be successful, you need to do the same.
You cannot afford to go through life alone, relying only on yourself. Seek out those who will push you forward, and make sure to invest time and energy into those relationships. Another benefit of surrounding yourself with people who push you forward is that they will help you build a network of like-minded individuals. When you surround yourself with ambitious, driven people, you'll find that opportunities begin to open up for you. You'll gain access to new resources, new connections, and new possibilities that you wouldn't have had access to if you stayed in isolation. Your network is one of your most valuable assets, and the people you choose to surround yourself with will play a big part in building that network. The relationships you build with people who push you forward will also help you stay motivated. There will be days when you don't feel like working, when you're feeling down, or when you're doubting yourself. On those days, the people around you who push you forward will remind you of your goals, encourage you to keep going, and help you see the bigger picture. They will remind you why you started and help you stay focused on your long-term vision. In order to attract these kinds of people into your life, you need to be the kind of person who is also pushing others forward. This is about mutual growth and support. If you want to attract people who inspire and challenge you, you must be willing to inspire and challenge others. Invest in the success of others, help them reach their goals, and encourage them to grow. When you give of yourself in this way, you'll naturally attract people who will do the same for you. Lastly, understand that this process takes time. Surrounding yourself with people who push you forward isn't something that happens overnight. It's a gradual process of meeting the right people, building meaningful relationships, and nurturing those relationships over time. It requires patience, effort, and a willingness to put yourself out there. But the rewards are worth it. When you have a support system that believes in you, holds you accountable, and challenges you to do better, you will reach heights you never thought possible. So take a look at the people around you. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they encouraging your growth or enabling your complacency? Make a conscious decision to surround yourself with people who inspire you to be better, who challenge you to take action, and who remind you that you are capable of achieving greatness. Your time is precious, and the people you choose to spend it with will have a lasting impact on the trajectory of your life. Make sure you surround yourself with people who push you forward, and you'll find yourself moving closer and closer to the life you've always dreamed of.
Number 7. Take action now, instead of waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting for the perfect moment is one of the biggest traps people fall into when it comes to achieving their goals. The truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. If you wait for everything to line up perfectly, you could be waiting forever. The key to success is not waiting for the right time, but taking action now. Regardless of whether the situation is ideal or not, the more time you spend waiting for the perfect moment, the more time you waste. And let me tell you, time is the one thing you can never get back. You see, most people think that success requires some kind of magical alignment of circumstances. They think that one day when they have enough money, knowledge, confidence, or experience, everything will fall into place, and that's when they will take action. But that day rarely comes, because there is always something else standing in the way. If you're waiting for the perfect conditions, you'll never start, and if you don't start, you'll never get where you want to go. The reality is that successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They take action regardless of the circumstances. They understand that every action, even a small one, moves them closer to their goals. They don't let fear, doubt, or uncertainty stop them. Instead, they use those feelings as motivation to keep pushing forward. They take imperfect action, knowing that perfection is a myth and that progress is the real goal. Think about it for a second. How many times have you told yourself you'd do something someday? How many times have you postponed a decision or action because you didn't feel ready or you thought the timing wasn't right? Most of us have been guilty of this at some point. We wait for the stars to align, for the perfect moment when we feel 100% prepared, confident, and certain about the outcome. But life doesn't work that way. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the most of the moments you have. If you look at the most successful people in the world, they didn't wait around for everything to be perfect. They didn't wait for the right amount of money, the right amount of experience, or the right amount of confidence. They just took action. Sometimes, despite their doubts, fears, and imperfections, they understood that taking action is the key to progress. And progress is what ultimately leads to success. One of the most important things to realize is that no amount of preparation will ever make you feel completely ready. You can study, plan, and strategize for years, but you will always face uncertainty when you step into something new. The truth is, if you're waiting until you feel ready, you'll be waiting for a long time, and that time is slipping away. Taking action now doesn't mean jumping into something blindly or without any preparation. It means committing to the process and moving forward. Even if you don't have all the answers, it means making a decision to start today, even if things aren't perfect, because the truth is you will learn as you go. The best way to learn is through experience, and you can only gain that experience by taking action. The key is to stop overthinking and just do it. Stop worrying about what could go wrong. Stop thinking about all the things that could hold you back. Every time you hesitate, you're delaying your progress. And the more you delay, the further away your goals get. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take that first step. But when you take action, you build momentum, and momentum leads to results. The more you act, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Let's be clear about one thing: waiting for the perfect moment is a form of procrastination. Procrastination is a silent killer of dreams. It's that voice inside your head that tells you that now is not the right time, that you need more preparation, that you'll do it later, but later never comes. That's why it's crucial to recognize procrastination for what it is and to break free from it. Procrastination is your mind trying to protect you from discomfort and uncertainty. But growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you step into the unknown and take action despite the fear. You've probably heard the saying, success is a journey, not a destination. Well, taking action is a big part of that journey. When you take action, you're not just working toward your goals. You're also building the skills, mindset, and resilience necessary to succeed. Each step, no matter how small, is a part of your growth, and each step moves you closer to your destination. When you take action, you start to build confidence. The more you do, the more you learn, and the more you grow. This is how you build momentum. And momentum is incredibly powerful. When you have momentum on your side, you become unstoppable. It's the small wins that accumulate over time that lead to big results. But none of those wins can happen if you don't take action. You can't win if you're not in the game. Another reason why waiting for the perfect moment doesn't work is that the perfect moment never comes. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. If you're waiting for the perfect moment when everything is aligned, you'll always be waiting. The truth is, there will always be a reason to wait, but the key is to take action in the face of uncertainty. This is how you gain the experience and the confidence to handle whatever comes your way. You build resilience by facing challenges head on, not by avoiding them. Now, I'm not saying you should be reckless or impulsive. There's a difference between taking action and rushing into something without thinking. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't wait for perfection before you start. You need to stop letting fear of failure hold you back. You need to take that first step, even if it's a small one. Once you begin, things will start to fall into place. You'll make mistakes, you'll learn, and you'll improve. But you won't make any progress if you don't take that first step. Another important point is that waiting for the perfect moment is often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, fear of what others might think, fear of the unknown. But fear is a natural part of growth. Every successful person has faced fear and doubt. It's not the absence of fear that leads to success. It's the courage to take action despite fear. When you take action, you show yourself that you are capable of overcoming fear and moving forward. The more you act, the less power fear has over you. So how do you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start taking action now? First, you need to commit to the process. Accept that you don't have to have everything figured out. The path to success is rarely linear. There will be twists, turns, and setbacks, but every step you take is a step closer to your goal. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take action now. Start where you are, with what you have, and build from there. Start by setting clear, achievable goals. Break them down into smaller steps that you can take action on today. Make a plan, and then execute that plan. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait for all the answers. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Just take the first step, and then keep moving forward. Remember, action is the key to progress. The more action you take, the closer you get to your goals. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist.
Take action now, and you'll create the momentum that will carry you to success. Your future depends on the actions you take today. Stop waiting and start moving forward.
Number 8. Use your time wisely to build a better future. Your time is your most valuable asset. It's something you can never get back once it's gone. And once it slips away, it is gone forever. How you use your time determines where you will end up in the future. If you waste time today, you're sacrificing your future. If you use time wisely, you're investing in a better tomorrow. It's that simple. But for most people, time is something they don't give much thought to until they realize they've wasted too much of it. And by then, it's often too late to undo the damage. Now, I'm not saying that you should spend every minute of every day working or grinding. What I'm saying is that you need to make conscious decisions about how you spend your time. You need to ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now moving me toward my goals or pulling me further away? Every minute you spend has the potential to either bring you closer to the life you want or take you further from it. And that's why it's so important to use your time wisely. The clock is ticking, and there's no pause button. The first step to using your time wisely is to recognize that time is limited. No one has unlimited time, and none of us know how much we have left. This realization should light a fire under you. You need to stop wasting time on things that don't serve you. You need to stop letting distractions steal your time. And you need to stop putting off the things that matter most. Every second that goes by is a second you'll never get back. That's why it's critical to prioritize your time. If you don't, life will continue to pass you by, and you'll be left wondering what happened to all those years. One of the most effective ways to use your time wisely is to set clear, actionable goals. Without goals, time can slip away without you even noticing. You get caught up in the day-to-day routine, and before you know it, months or even years have passed, and you're no closer to your dreams than you were before. But when you have goals, every moment becomes an opportunity to move closer to those goals. Goals give your time purpose and direction. They help you stay focused on what really matters. But here's the thing, setting goals isn't enough. It's not just about having goals on paper. It's about taking consistent, focused action toward those goals every single day. And this is where most people fail. They set big goals, they get excited for a few days or weeks, but then they get distracted, lose focus, or give up. They waste their time on things that don't matter, and their goals remain out of reach. To truly use your time wisely, you have to turn your goals into daily actions. You have to commit to doing something every day that moves you closer to where you want to be. One of the easiest ways to start using your time wisely is to stop doing things that don't serve you. If you want a better future, you have to stop wasting time on activities, habits, or people that drain your energy or pull you off track. If you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV shows, or engaging in negative conversations that don't help you grow, you're wasting your time. These things may feel like a good way to relax, but they are not getting you any closer to your goals. Instead, they are keeping you stuck in the present, preventing you from building a better future. Instead of spending your time on distractions, use that time to learn something new, work on your skills, or take action on your goals. Think about how much time you spend on things that don't bring value to your life, and imagine what you could accomplish if you redirected that time toward things that actually matter. Even if you only have a few minutes a day, those minutes add up over time. Small, consistent efforts lead to big results. If you use your time wisely, you can make progress every single day. Another important step in using your time wisely is learning how to prioritize. Not everything that demands your time deserves your attention. You need to decide what's truly important and what can wait. Often people waste time because they are focusing on things that don't align with their long-term goals. They're responding to urgent but unimportant tasks instead of focusing on things that will help them move forward in life. To use your time wisely, you need to learn how to say no to things that don't serve your bigger purpose. You need to stop spreading yourself too thin. Focus on the activities that will give you the greatest return on investment. One of the best ways to prioritize your time is to break down your goals into smaller tasks and tackle them one at a time. When you have a big goal, it can be overwhelming to think about all the work you need to do to achieve it. But when you break it down into manageable steps, the process becomes much more manageable. Instead of feeling paralyzed by the size of your goals, you'll feel empowered by the progress you're making every day. This is how successful people use their time wisely. They break their goals into actionable steps, and they stay focused on completing those steps every day. They don't get distracted by shiny objects or get bogged down by tasks that don't contribute to their success. They focus on what matters most, and they use their time to make meaningful progress toward their goals. It's also important to understand the value of rest and recovery. Using your time wisely doesn't mean you should work non-stop, burn yourself out, and never take a break. Rest is just as important as work because it allows you to recharge and refocus. Without adequate rest, you'll burn out, lose motivation, and struggle to make progress. So while it's important to use your time wisely, it's also crucial to find balance. Rest, relaxation, and self-care are essential for maintaining long-term productivity and well-being. Another way to use your time wisely is to surround yourself with people who support your goals and encourage you to grow. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on how you use your time. If you're surrounded by people who are constantly negative, lazy, or discouraging, you'll find it harder to stay focused and motivated. But if you're surrounded by people who are positive, driven, and focused on growth, you'll be more likely to use your time in ways that move you toward your goals. Choose to spend time with people who inspire you and challenge you to become the best version of yourself. Let's not forget that time management is a skill that can be learned and improved. You may not be great at managing your time right now, but that doesn't mean you can't get better. Start by tracking how you spend your time each day. Write down what you do with each hour and how it contributes to your goals. This exercise will help you identify where you're wasting time and where you can make improvements. Once you have this information, you can make more intentional decisions about how to spend your time. You can cut out distractions, focus on high-priority tasks, and start using your time in ways that benefit your future. When you start using your time wisely, you'll notice the difference it makes in your life. You'll start seeing progress toward your goals, and you'll feel more in control of your future. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you use your time purposefully. Time is your most precious resource, and when you use it wisely, you're not just investing in your future, you're creating a better, more fulfilling life for yourself. In the end, the choice is yours. You can continue to waste time, procrastinate, and make excuses, or you can take control of your time and use it to build the future you've always wanted. The time is now. Stop waiting, stop wasting, and start using your time wisely to create the life you deserve. Every day is an opportunity to take one step closer to your dreams. Don't let it slip away.
Number 9. Stay disciplined and stick to your priorities every day. Discipline is the key to achieving anything worthwhile. It's the ability to stay focused on what matters and not be swayed by distractions. It's about making the right decisions every day, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who fall short often comes down to discipline. Discipline means making a commitment to yourself that you will stick to your priorities, no matter what. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. If you want to reach your goals and create the life you want, discipline is a non-negotiable ingredient. You have to understand that life will always throw challenges at you. There will always be distractions, setbacks, and temptations that try to pull you away from your priorities. That's just how life works. But the key to success isn't avoiding those challenges. It's how you handle them. Do you let them derail you, or do you stay disciplined and stick to your plan? The most successful people in the world didn't achieve their success because they didn't face challenges. They succeeded because they stayed disciplined through the challenges. Discipline starts with setting clear priorities. If you don't know what your priorities are, you won't be able to stay disciplined. You need to take the time to identify what truly matters in your life and what will help you achieve your long-term goals. When you have clear priorities, it's much easier to make decisions. You don't get sidetracked by things that don't matter. Every day you have to ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now moving me toward my priorities, or is it distracting me from them? This simple question will help guide your actions and decisions. One of the biggest obstacles to discipline is the temptation to take shortcuts or look for the easy way out. It's easy to procrastinate, to tell yourself that you'll do it tomorrow or that you deserve a break. But here's the reality. If you keep postponing the work, if you keep putting things off,
you'll never make progress. Discipline means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the hard work that leads to results. The more you push through those moments of discomfort, the stronger your discipline becomes. To stay disciplined, you need to build habits that align with your priorities. It's not enough to rely on willpower alone, because willpower fades over time. But habits are automatic. When you make your most important actions a part of your daily routine, you don't have to think twice about doing them. Your habits become the foundation of your discipline. And once you've established strong positive habits, you can rely on them to keep you on track, even when your motivation wanes. One of the best ways to build discipline is by starting small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead, focus on making small changes that align with your priorities. If you want to exercise more, start by committing to just 10 minutes a day. If you want to eat healthier, start by making one meal a day a healthier choice. Over time, these small actions add up and become a part of your routine. As your discipline grows, you can gradually increase your efforts. The key is consistency. When you commit to doing something every day, no matter how small, you are training yourself to stick to your priorities. You also have to recognize that discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about doing your best every day and making the right choices, even when it's difficult. You'll make mistakes, you'll slip up, but that doesn't mean you've failed. It just means you need to get back on track. Discipline is about bouncing back when you fall. It's about learning from your mistakes and using them as stepping stones to improve. Don't beat yourself up for your failures. Learn from them and keep moving forward. It's the consistency of showing up every day that makes all the difference. Another important aspect of discipline is having the ability to delay gratification. In today's world, we are constantly surrounded by instant gratification. Whether it's checking our phones, binge-watching TV shows, or indulging in unhealthy food, it's easy to give in to these short-term pleasures. But discipline means resisting the urge for immediate rewards and focusing on long-term success. It's about knowing that the sacrifices you make today will pay off in the future. Whether it's waking up early to work on your goals, turning down a tempting offer to stay focused on your tasks, or saying no to distractions, discipline is all about delaying gratification in favor of your bigger vision. One of the most powerful ways to stay disciplined is to track your progress. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but when you track your progress, you can see the small victories adding up. Tracking your progress gives you a sense of accomplishment and helps you stay motivated. It also helps you identify areas where you need to improve. If you're not making the progress you want, tracking your habits and routines will help you pinpoint what's holding you back. It will give you the insight you need to make adjustments and get back on track. You also have to surround yourself with people who support your goals and encourage you to stay disciplined. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on your behavior. If you're surrounded by people who aren't focused, who make excuses, or who don't value discipline, it will be much harder for you to stay disciplined. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, who push you to be better, and who hold you accountable, you'll find it much easier to stick to your priorities. The people around you should challenge you to stay disciplined and remind you of why you're working so hard. Discipline also means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. Life is full of distractions, people, activities, and situations that pull you away from your priorities. To stay disciplined, you have to learn to say no. You have to protect your time and energy. This isn't always easy, especially when other people want you to do things that don't serve your goals. But you have to understand that every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you're saying no to something that does. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's a way of protecting your time and staying focused on what really matters. Finally, discipline requires patience. Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and persistence. You may not see results right away, and that's okay. What matters is that you're showing up every day and doing the work. Over time, those small efforts will add up, and you'll start to see the fruits of your labor. The key is to stay patient and trust the process. If you keep focusing on your priorities and putting in the effort, you will eventually see the results. Staying disciplined and sticking to your priorities every day is not easy. It requires hard work, consistency, and sacrifice, but the rewards are worth it. Discipline is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't.
It's what helps you stay focused, even when things get tough. If you can stay disciplined, you'll find yourself moving closer and closer to the life you want. And when you look back, you'll realize that all the hard work, all the sacrifices, and all the moments of discomfort were worth it. Because discipline is the key to creating a life of success, fulfillment, and purpose.
Number 10. Push yourself to work hard, even when you feel lazy. Pushing yourself to work hard when you feel lazy is one of the most important habits you can develop if you want to reach your full potential. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, when you're feeling good, and when success seems just around the corner. But the real test of your strength, your determination, and your discipline comes when you don't feel like working. When your body and mind are telling you to rest, to take it easy, or to quit altogether. It's in those moments when everything inside you is saying, I can't do this, that your ability to push through and keep working will determine the direction your life takes. You've been there, you've woken up feeling tired, unmotivated, and ready to throw in the towel. Maybe you have a long list of things to do, but the last thing you want to do is get started. Maybe you feel like you've already given your best, and now it's time to take a break. But here's the truth. Those moments when you feel lazy are precisely the moments that will define your success. The ability to push yourself when you feel like doing nothing is what separates the achievers from the dreamers. Think about it. Every successful person you know, every person who has made a significant impact in their field, has had to fight through the feelings of laziness, fatigue, and doubt. They've all had days when they didn't feel like working, when they were tired or overwhelmed, but they didn't let those feelings stop them. Instead, they pushed through, doing what needed to be done, even when they didn't feel like it. They understood that results don't come from comfort. They come from consistent effort, even on the days when it's hard to keep going. Now, I'm not saying that you should work yourself to the point of exhaustion. Rest is important, and your body and mind need recovery. But there's a big difference between taking a break when it's needed and simply giving up when things get tough. The difference is discipline, the willingness to push through discomfort, and the drive to keep moving forward, even when it feels like every part of you wants to quit. One of the first things you need to do when you feel lazy is recognize that these feelings are temporary. Everyone experiences them, and they don't define who you are or what you're capable of. Laziness is a state of mind, not a permanent condition. You have the power to change it. You can choose to take control of your actions regardless of how you feel. It's not always easy, but it is always possible. The first step is acknowledging that your feelings don't have to dictate your behavior. When you feel lazy, the key is to break through that resistance by starting small. Don't try to tackle everything at once. That's a surefire way to feel overwhelmed and defeated before you even begin. Instead, start with a small task, something that doesn't feel too daunting. Once you begin, you'll find that momentum starts to build. The hardest part is getting started. Once you've taken that first step, the rest becomes easier. The more you push through those feelings of laziness, the more your confidence and energy will grow. Another way to push yourself when you feel lazy is to remember why you're doing this in the first place. Why did you set your goals? What do you want to achieve? Sometimes when you're feeling lazy, it's easy to forget the bigger picture. You get caught up in the moment, in the discomfort, and in the desire to avoid effort. But if you can remind yourself of your purpose and the rewards of your hard work, it becomes easier to push through. Visualize the success you want to achieve, and let that vision drive you. The pain of staying stuck is often far greater than the temporary discomfort of pushing through laziness. Sometimes laziness can also be a result of fear. You might be afraid of failure or of not being good enough. It's much easier to stay in your comfort zone, to avoid doing the work, than to face the possibility of failure. But avoiding action doesn't protect you from failure. It only ensures that you won't make progress. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on, and that requires action. When you feel lazy or afraid, remind yourself that failure is part of the journey. Every successful person has failed along the way. What sets them apart is their ability to keep going, even when they didn't feel like it. Another strategy for pushing through laziness is to focus on the long-term benefits of your actions. Yes, it's hard in the moment. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable. But think about how good it will feel when you accomplish your goal.
Think about how much more fulfilling your life will be when you push through the laziness and achieve what you've set out to do. The feeling of pride and accomplishment that comes with persevering through difficult moments is far more rewarding than the temporary comfort of giving up. Accountability is also a powerful motivator. When you're feeling lazy, one of the best things you can do is share your goals with someone else. Find someone who will hold you accountable for your actions and check in on your progress. Knowing that someone else is counting on you can be the push you need to get started. If you don't have anyone to hold you accountable, consider using technology. There are countless apps and tools available that can help you track your progress and stay on top of your tasks. Whatever method you choose, the key is to make sure that you are accountable for your actions, even when you don't feel like it. Another technique for overcoming laziness is to break your tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. When you look at your to-do list as a whole, it can be overwhelming. It's easy to get discouraged and feel like there's no way you can finish everything. But when you break your tasks down into smaller steps, it becomes much easier to take action. Focus on one step at a time, and don't worry about the entire project. Taking small, consistent steps will help you make steady progress and build momentum. Remember, the feeling of laziness is temporary, but the impact of your hard work can last a lifetime. Every time you push yourself to work, even when you don't feel like it, you're building resilience, discipline, and strength. You're training yourself to push through the tough moments, to stay focused on your goals, and to never give up, no matter how difficult it gets. This is the true mark of success. It's not about never feeling lazy, it's about doing the work, even when you feel lazy, and learning to push through those moments with determination and purpose. The key to overcoming laziness is understanding that it's not about waiting for the perfect moment to start. It's about starting now, even when you don't feel like it. You have the power to push yourself through the resistance and keep moving forward. The more you practice this, the easier it will become. The more you push through the laziness, the stronger and more disciplined you will become. So, the next time you feel lazy, don't let it stop you. Push yourself to work, take that first step, and keep moving forward. Success is waiting for you, and the only thing standing between you and it is the decision to push through when you don't feel like it. Don't wait for motivation to find you. Create your own motivation by taking action, no matter how you feel.